Okay, is the screen visible? Screen is visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we started with web applications in the Tuesday's class. I was explaining about this concept, that is web applications. Okay, so we ended up with web browsers, web servers. Okay, so these are the previous classes which we have studied. Once again, we will have a glance of that. Whatever we studied, this PPT already I had shared to you in the teachment as well as your WhatsApp groups. Okay. See, this is your first unit, and here we have started with fundamentals of your web. Okay, and in that we had started with internet, www, what is meant by HTTP and all. So all these concepts we have studied. www, some basic definitions of web and website, what is meant by web content. Already that part is told to you. Okay. Then we have studied some examples on websites. What are the different examples of websites? We have studied what is URL and what is HTTP. What is the importance of HTTP? Working of websites we have seen. I had given you few examples of what is menu, what is hyperlink. These are the different examples of websites. So this part is already covered. If you want more reference in Teachment, there are few videos and you can refer that videos for the previous classes. Okay. So today's lecture, actually I am going to revise about Tuesday's class, what was not clear. Okay. So today we will see what is a web application. Okay. So as you had seen what is a web browser, you had seen what is web server. So today we will see what are web applications. Okay. So this is not specified in syllabus. Web application is not specified in syllabus, but as when we want to develop a web page, okay, whatever page we are going to develop using the web programming, that will be known as what? Web page. Okay, now ಯಾವುದು page create ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ web programming ದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರೋ web page ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, so every page, every file that you create using web programming is called as a web page. Okay, and collection of that web page will become a web application. Okay, that will become a web application. Those are also called as what? Websites. Okay, so web page, web application, websites, what are these? These are created using what? Web programming. You are going to create all these files using what? Web programming, right? And there are different types of web programming. So for example, we have HTML, okay, then we have XHTML, okay, we have CSS, we have ASP, .NET, right, and so many, which we will learn in the next class or maybe next semesters. So we are going to develop web page, okay, using what? Web programming. So the files in C program, whatever C programs you are doing, what we call them? We call them as a programs. The programs which are created using C editor, that is Turbo editor, Java editor, C++ editor, we call them as what? Program, right? But when you create a web application, when you use web programming, those type of programs are called as what? Web pages, right? They are called as web page or web pages. Then collection of web pages will become a web application. Okay. When you combine all the web pages together, it will become one web application, or it is also called as what? Website, right? So now web programming daga ಏನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜಸ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ವೆಬ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕೂಡ ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ जे काही आपण using web programming develop करतो त्याला काय म्हणतात? Web pages, right? They are also called as web applications and they are also called as what? Websites. Okay, is that clear? So what are basically web applications, right? So web applications are nothing but your web programs. Okay, web applications are nothing but your web programs. Okay, so where you are going to run these web applications? Tell me. You saw that all websites will open where? By default, all websites will open where? Tell me. Yelli open agtavri by default ella website. Yelli open agtavu? All websites you are going to open in where? Web browser. Howdo? So all websites, when you want to open, what we are using? We are using web browsers. So what are those web browsers? So basically we use Google Chrome, right? We use Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. So these are two web applications we are going to use, okay, to run these web applications. So yavado web application execute madoditandre heng madodu? Yeah, so when you want to run any of the web browser, what you are going to use? You are going to use web browser. We need a web browser, okay, to open our web pages. So what they tell about web application? So basically web applications are what? Web applications are the programs, okay, that are developed, okay, that are developed using web programming. And how do you execute that web programming? We execute that web programming using what? Web browsers. Okay, we execute them using web browsers. So I request all the students to join within 10 minutes of the class. It is already 12:16. Okay, so before 12:15 everybody has to join the class. So the participants, those who have entered just now, just put your roll number and name in the chat box as a part of attendance. Everybody has to put their name and register number or roll number. You can put your roll number or register number and name in the chat box, which will be considered as your attendance. So do not miss to put that in the chat box. I can see 38 participants are there. I hope tomorrow all the students will attend the class, because on Monday everybody should attend the class, all the students. Okay, all right. So here I will tell you the legal definition of a web application. Web application, it is an application software that runs on a web server. Okay, unlike computer-based software programs that are run locally on the operating system of the device. So in short, what you can say, web applications are the application softwares. Okay, so you know that there are different two types of software. One is system software, another is application software. Okay, so what are system software? Like Windows. Okay, we have Windows 7, right? We have Windows 8, we have Windows 10, right? Then we have operating systems, different like Unix. What are these? All these are the system applications, the applications that are required for our system. These are called as what? System applications. Okay, what are application software? What do you mean by application software here? Application softwares are required for what? Users. So these are the softwares which are required for users, right? So for example, we have MS Word, right? Then we have Excel. Okay, then we have web browsers, applications like calculator. Okay, then some applications like games, right? All these are called as what? All these are called as what? Application software. So what are application software? Application softwares are used by users. All the users, those are using the computers. So those are called as what? Application software. Clear to you? Okay. So now, what are these web applications? These are the application software. Web applications are application software. So why they are called application software here? Because all these web applications, okay, are used by all different kinds of users available, okay, on the internet, right? Internet or local computer, right? So what do we do? These web applications can be used on the internet. So when you open these web applications using web browser, for example, if I open what? Gmail, right? So if I open a Gmail, so what is this Gmail now? This Gmail is used on the internet. So Gmail needs an internet. To open the Gmail application, what we need? We need the help of internet, right? So suppose if I created one website on my own computer and I am opening that, then that will be opened on a local computer. Okay, so that will be opened on a local computer. So what exactly happened, guys? So when I want to open web application, I have two choices. One is remote access, all right, and second is what? Local access. When I want to open my web pages, I have two choices. One is remote access and one is local access. So what is remote access? The web applications or the websites. So is it clear? Web pages, website, web applications, all three are same. Okay. So why we call them as web applications? So we are creating them. You as a software developer, when you create any website, it is called as a web application. You as a developer, when you develop the concept of, when you develop your own website, that is called as a web application. Okay. For example, developing a website for student registration. So that will become one web application. Okay. So web application, website, and web pages. All three names are same only. There is no difference. All three names means the same. Okay. Now, how to access this web application? Two types of access are there. One is remote access, another is local access. So remote access means what? Which needs the web server. Okay. Remote access means what? Which will need the web server. So web server, where they are available somewhere on different computer, right? For example, Gmail. So when I want to open a Gmail account, we have already seen the example. What will happen when you type Gmail in the URL, and then it will go and get connected to its server. Okay. And after getting connected to its server, what is going to happen? The website is opened. So here what it tells? It tells us that web server is needed when we want to access the web applications which are located on different areas, which are not on the same computer. Okay, the web applications which are there on different computers. Okay, so remote access means what? Which are located on different, okay, hard disk, or which are located on different computers, right? So different spelling, just spell it correctly. Different, okay, computers which are located on different computers. Those are called as what? The remote access web applications. What do you mean by local access? Local access web applications, okay. So these are on the same machine, on the same computer, on your computer, okay, right? So local access means what? The web applications which are located on the same computer, right? So web applications, right, they can be accessed with the help of internet, or they can be also accessed on your own computer. Is it clear till here? Am I audible to all? My voice is audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. The screen is visible correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine, good, thank you. Okay. So now, as they have told here, web applications are accessed by the user through a web browser with an active network connection. So as I explained you, web applications, they can be available on the remote areas, that is remote computers means with the help of internet, and they can be also accessed what? Locally, right? Fine. Then we'll go to the next slide here. See, this is how it is going to work. This is how it works. So first, you as a user, suppose you are a user here. right? So do you remember another name for user? I have told you in the beginning classes. Anybody? Do you remember another name for user? User is also called as what? Client. Okay. So whenever I say client, remember that it is the another name which is given for what? User. So user is also a client. User is also called as what? Client. Okay. So now, what is going to happen here? Suppose I am a user, right? Suppose I am a user and I want to access a web application which is located on the web server. So web server andrena, this website is available on the internet, right? We need internet to access some of the websites, okay, which are not there on our computer. So the websites which are located on another web servers, so that needs the help of internet. So I, as a user, what I do, I collect the data. I use here, I open web browser. Okay, front end means I open a web browser. And after opening a web browser, what I will do here, I will send an HTTP request. Okay, so you can see here, it is told as, see here it is written request. So what the client is going to do, the client is going to send HTTP request, right? After sending the request, the web server will accept that request, isn't it? So here you will take help of what? URL. And in URL, what you will do, for example, www.gmail.com, right? So you will do www.gmail.com. Where, tell me? Here, right? So here it is nothing but what? It is a web browser. So here in the sense it is a web browser. Okay. All right. So here you will enter that. So after entering that, what is going to happen? It is going to take it as a what? Request. Okay. It is going to take it as a request. After taking request, it goes to the web server. So after going to web server, this www will become what? HTTP, right? And then followed by the name of website, that is gmail.com. Okay. So why does it happens there? Because you are connected to internet. After entering this gmail.com into Google Chrome, this will get converted into HTTP and it will get connected to the server of Gmail, right? Then it will access what? The database. Okay, it will access the database of this Gmail server, right? If any images and any files are there, it will also access from this, and then it will respond back with the help of the web browser, right? Then it will respond back with the help of the web browser. So this is also called as what? Web application architecture. This is the way in which the web applications are working. We have already seen that, but once again I'm telling you here. Okay, so this is how the web applications are going to work. Okay, right? So why we need to see more detail about the web application? Because we are going to develop the web pages using web programming subject. So what you are going to do is, you are going to develop the web applications. You are going to become a web developer when you learn this subject. So web programming is all about what? It is all about developing the web applications. It is all about developing the web pages, websites. So when you learn web programming, right, with the help of web programming, you can right, you can learn, right? You can learn all these concepts. Okay, you can learn all these concepts in detail. Okay, fine. See, so I can see that still students are getting admitted. Those who entered now, please enter your roll number and your name in the chat box as an attendance. And from tomorrow onwards, all of you please join before 12:15. Okay, whenever class will start, I will wait for only 15 minutes. Later, you have to join within 15 minutes. Okay, after that, I may not allow you. I am not restricting, but follow the timings for your purpose. Otherwise, you will not understand, right? Now, see. So one more thing I want to highlight here. See. So you can see that here HTML, CSS and JS. What it means? Hypertext markup language. Okay. hypertext markup language. So HTML is hypertext markup language. Okay, hypertext markup language. Okay, what is CSS? CSS is cascading. Mute your mics. Somebody's mic is open. Please mute it. Okay. So cascading style sheets. Okay. JS means what? Java script, right? So what are these? These are some of the programming languages, right? So just now I just highlighted those points: hypertext markup language, cascading style sheets, and JS. So these are the languages, okay, which are called as the front end languages. These three languages, right? Then we have another programming languages like PHP, JS, Python, and Java, where we can also use an advanced Java. So these are all called as what, guys? These are all, you can say that these are the programmings which will take help of server, right? So there are again different types, okay, when it comes to web programming. There are different types like PHP, okay, Python. So what are these? These are the different kinds of languages which needs the web server. So some languages are there which doesn't need the web server, which can run on your computer. But these type of programming, if we want to do, we need some extra softwares to be installed, right? So later on, in the later chapters, we will focus on different types of languages. So right now, just know about these are the different languages. Okay. So Python, Java, JS, JavaScript. Okay. So PHP is nothing but hypertext preprocessor. Okay, preprocessor hypertext programming. So these are the different types of what languages: HTML, CSS, Python, JS, and all. All right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Any queries are there? All right. If any queries are there, you can ask me. Then we have database also. Okay. So we have some databases to store your programs. So to store the data of your websites, we need a database. We need some backup. Okay. Just like you have memory cards for your like phones. Okay. You have storage in your home to store the cache, and you have water storages in house to store the water, right? Some you have SD cards in your mobile, you have external hard disk, you have hard disk in your computer. What are these? All these are the storage units. So we also need a storage unit called as a database to store the data. Okay, to store the data, that is called as a database. So MySQL, Maria database, PostgreSQL. So what are these? These are the different types of databases. Okay, these are different types of database, right? All right. So up till here, actually, I explained on Tuesday. I explained with this on the Tuesday's class. Then I also went for different types of web applications. Okay, there are different types of web applications, such as we have static web applications, dynamic web applications. We have e-commerce web applications, portal web applications, content management systems, and progressive web applications. Okay. Now let me tell you what is a static, right? So static web pages, okay. So where the data is constant, right? Constant, and no actions are carried out on the websites. Okay. Constant and no actions are carried out in this, that is in static web application. So what it indicates? No actions in the sense, whatever you type, that is visible to you, right? Whatever you type, only that part is visible to you. So no changes can happen there, right? So changes are not possible there. So those are called as what? Constant or no action, right? Now what are dynamic? Dynamic means what? Okay, which is nothing but what? A relationship between client and server. A relationship between what? client and server. Okay, so we have a client and server relationship in the dynamic web application. So we have client, okay, and we have a server relationship. It means you compulsory need the web server, you compulsory need the internet, right? And you compulsory need what? Request and response. Okay, those kinds of websites are called as a dynamic. It means whenever I type something, okay, it should give me a proper response. Then e-commerce applications. So what are e-commerce applications? E-commerce applications, okay. So these e-commerce applications are all your shopping websites, okay. Like we have Amazon, okay. We have Flipkart, right? We have Myntra, right? We have Ajio. So what are these? These are all the shopping websites. So all the shopping websites will come under what? E-commerce applications. So all e-commerce applications, nothing but where the this is carried out. What? Where the shopping and all, where transactions are carried out. So that is called as what? E-commerce applications. Okay, right. Then we have content management sites. So what are content management web applications? Content management, where we can upload or download the data, okay. Yeah, so from where we can access the data and we can upload the data. So such kind of websites are called as what? Content management web applications. All right, okay. Then we have portal web applications. So what are portal web applications? All government websites, okay. All government websites will come under portal web applications, okay. Then we have progressive web apps. So what are progressive web apps? Progressive web apps like online examination, okay, attending online any test and all these will come under progressive web apps, okay. So these are different types of web applications, guys, right? So this is what I explained on Tuesday's class. Then I wanted to start HTML today, but it is not possible to start today. So we are at the end of today's session almost. Okay. Okay, so I will share one more concept with you here. So all of you, hope you had entered your attendance. Okay, I hope you have entered your attendance. One more screen I wanted to share with you. So this is the notes which I have shared for unit number 1. Just a minute, I am sharing the screen. I will share the screen with you people. Okay, is the screen visible to all of you? MS Word file is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
MS Word file is visible.